My name is Daniel Weinsweg, Daniel Weinzweg, and I'm a independent consultant working with Peak Grant Making. So our group has been meeting for over a decade now. There's a lot of rapport there, and I felt like the group was ready to go deeper. We've been talking about processes, policies, procedures for a long time, but there's something deeper, systemic that is going on that's inhibiting a lot of the changes that these different leaders in this group are trying to forward at their organizations. So it felt ripe, the timing, and from all the research we were doing as to who could facilitate an experience that was going to invite a level of safety, vulnerability, and bravery that's needed to really dive into these really uncomfortable conversations. We were lucky enough to find Truth Retreats, the Truth DEI team, civil rights tours to help us, to guide us through these conversations in a way that was um, honored where each individual in the group is on their own individual journey within their own individual foundations, but also honoring the collective nature of our missions and what we're trying to shift in the world. I think this week went perfectly. It really did. I wish we had more time. The information is dense. The history here is expansive. And so, I mean, if we spent 2 weeks with y'all, it probably wouldn't be enough. Um, Walking away from this, I think each individual has an increased level of motivation. These folks have been in this year in and year out. Some of them, this is part of their individual stories. So I think the last few years has been deflating for some. Like we've been working so hard and feels like we're regressing. And I think what I heard as we were closing the session today was like a renewed sense of energy, motivation, and desire to lean in and not retreat, but to advance. So I'd say we're walking away with more energy, with an increased dedication, and more courage to activate the levers of power that we have personally and professionally. So I've been doing purpose work for a while, and I've gotten pretty clear that my purpose in this realm on this earth is belonging. So providing folks the experience of belonging, which includes connection, that includes joy, that includes being seen and heard. I feel fortunate that through my profession, I'm able to do some of this work, being a facilitator, a consultant, a coach, a holder of spaces. And over the course of the last few days, it's gotten clear that I can really amp up the volume on that. I feel like I've kind of been coasting the last few years, to be frank. And I see that this is not the time to do that, given the people that I have access to, the privilege that I hold that has given me different education resources. I can combine these to amplify voices that need amplifying, to champion the people in my life and my networks that need championing. And I feel a bit more compelled to be an upstander and not just be a bystander, to allow myself to get hit with some of the rocks that people that I really love are getting hit by on the daily. I started a podcast in 2017. It's called Onward, ONWRD, and it's always been orientated towards sharing the voices, the visions of folks who are doing socially innovative practices. Now, I have focused a heck of a lot more on products that people are forwarding. So maybe something in green tech or financial services that are democratizing access to wealth. I have not really focused on kind of the people, the humanity side of the conversation. And at the end of the day, I think that's where all this starts. It starts at a cultural level. So what I'm going to do moving forward from this is reach out to some of the people here in the group who have amazing stories to tell, who have changed lives through different ways that they're interacting with their team, with their community, with their grants, with their leadership. That's creating a sense of belonging. So to help exponentialize the tips, the tricks that these people are doing to create that sense of belonging that I want to see in this world, that I want to share. Both to learn selfishly, to give these folks a bit more of a platform. A lot of these organizations treat the grant function as kind of back office, even though it is the heartbeat of philanthropy. So they don't have the stage. They don't have the newsletters, the presence of the foundations get more of the stage. But these people are the lifeblood that are changing how charity looks and how we're addressing social conditions in the U.S. So I want to help them tell their story to my network that isn't necessarily just solely in philanthropy. You know, I'm connected to Web3, tech, and a whole host of just really caring individuals who want to see the world not as sick and toxic as it is. I'm usually a lone wolf in the work that I do, and it has been an absolute joy to work with your team, Truth Retreats this last week. It's been an education for me. It's been fun to dance in the dynamicism of you, of Mr. B, of David, of Nona, and to be treated as a thought partner has just been rich for me. So there's a lot of gratitude for the Truth Retreats team. Thank you.
Thank you.